All right, let's get on with predictions. Last week I went 8-6. Not my best week, but you know, things happen. That's what happens when you pick upsets and they don't happen. I'm going to try and go pretty quick in this video because I don't have a ton of time right now. So let's start off with the Green Bay Packers taking on the Detroit Lions on Thanksgiving Day. Listen, both teams wildly inconsistent. So it's just a matter of which one of these teams shows up. Are we going to get the Packers team that we saw against, say, the Steelers or the Vikings? Or are we going to see the Packers team that we saw against the Panthers or the Browns? You don't know on any given week. Same goes for the Lions. Are we going to see the team that we saw last week? Are we going to see the team that we saw in week 2? You don't know with either of these teams. Originally, I was going to pick the Lions, but I think I'm going to pick the Packers just because I trust their defense more. And the Lions right now, they still have corners banged up. Who knows if Terrion Arnold is going to play? Who knows if Kirby Joseph is going to play? Those things are still up in the air. So as a result, I'm going to go with the Detroit Lions here. I'm going to go with the Packers here to get this win. Moving on, we've got the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Chiefs coming off of a huge win, potentially season-saving, against the Indianapolis Colts in overtime. As for the Cowboys, they also had a potentially season-saving win against the Eagles, where they came back down 21 points, scored 24 unanswered, and ended up winning the game. The Chiefs, I'm going to have to go with the Chiefs here. And I'm going with the Chiefs because I just trust them more than I do the Cowboys. I trust their defense more. I trust their offense. Well, I don't trust their offense more, but I do think Kansas City can get a few stops when they need to, and I can't say the same about the Cowboys. So I am going to go with the Chiefs right now, but it's going to be close, I think, and I don't feel great about it. Moving on, Thursday night. Man, Thursday night, you've got the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Now, Zach Taylor has said that Joe Burrow, he expects him to play, but that who knows if that's actually going to happen, and if it does, who knows if he's even going to be completely healthy, because he came back a lot earlier than I think everyone expected. On top of that, Baltimore's defense has been really good. Their offense may not be, maybe what we expect, but playing the Bengals defense is a great way to get right. I'm gonna have to go with the Ravens here in this one, regardless of whether or not Joe Burrow plays. And it's just because that Ravens defense has been really good as of late. So give me the Ravens. Next, we've got a Friday afternoon game, still sounds so weird to say, against a potentially playoff matchup, which is, again, weird to say, considering it has the Bears in it, and they're playing the Eagles. The Bears, they came off of a really nice win against the Steelers. The Eagles, they blew a 21-point lead to the Dallas Cowboys. Saquon can't get anything going. The offense has been inconsistent to be nice. And you just don't know what you're going to get from the Eagles. Bears, listen. I owe you guys an apology. I haven't been the nicest to you guys, and I've been hard on you. I haven't been a believer. You've won some really ugly games, but you know what? That doesn't mean you're not a good football team. It just means you're finding ways to win, and that is the remark of a good football team, and I respect you for that. And as a result, I am going to take the Bears here in this game. They've just been better lately. They've just been a better team. Simple as that. Moving on to Sunday, we've got the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Cleveland Browns. Okay, I'm going to go with the 49ers. I'm not going to waste your time. 49ers, they're a good team. Even with all their injuries, they keep finding ways to win, even when Brock Purdy throws 3 interceptions or however many he threw. that's the remark of a good team, finding ways to win and having good depth so that way when players do get hurt, you still have answers at that position. That is a good team right there. San Francisco, I think you're going to win this game. As for Cleveland, Shedeur Sanders, he won his first career start, and the media hasn't shut up about it. But you still got the win against the Raiders. But a win's a win. However, I don't think this is going to be your week. Again, I apologize if it seems my analysis isn't the best. I'm trying to go quickly because, as I said, don't have a ton of time. Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Tennessee Titans. The Jaguars are probably the weirdest team in the NFL. They blow out the Chargers and they have an overtime game against the Cardinals because what else is new with this season? The Jaguars, they're probably the most inconsistent team in the NFL. Trevor Lawrence, you don't know what you're going to get from him every week. The Titans, they've been better lately. They've been fighting to stay in these games. They kept it close with the Texans. They fought back against the Seahawks. Those are two pretty good defenses, and so you got to be encouraged with what you're seeing from Cam Ward as of late. He had like a 95-yard drive to tie it against Houston, and then he tried to rally the Titans back in the game against the Seahawks. So, yeah, this, you got to give the Titans credit, man. You really do. And listen, Titans, I know you're not getting a ton of wins, but at least you have Peter Skoronski. He's very good. Just had to throw that out there. Shout out to you, Peter Skoronski. You're very good. But I am going to go with the Jaguars here. The Texans taking on the Colts, another AFC South matchup. Very interesting game, if you ask me. Let's see. The Texans have a very good defense. They sacked Josh Allen 8 times. Oh boy. Who knows if CJ Stroud is going to play? I still have heard nothing on him. But the Texans, they've won 3 straight games with Davis Mills. So who knows if you even want to go back to CJ Stroud right now? You're sitting at 6-5. Your defense is elite. And you're playing against the tough Colts team, who right now is leading the pack of that division. But if you can get the win here against them, you're going to be feeling pretty good about your odds to make the playoffs and potentially snipe the division from the Colts. I am going to go with the Colts here, even though they did lose. Jonathan Taylor had a rough game. I am going to go with the Colts, regardless of who plays at quarterback for the Texans. And I think the main reason I'm going with the Colts here, I think it's the running game. I think this is a game where Indy is going to have to get the running game going, and on both sides, I think they're going to have to get the running game going. And I trust Jonathan Taylor more than I trust the combination of Nick Chubb and Woody Marks. Moving on, we've got the New Orleans Saints taking on the Miami Dolphins. The Saints lost to the Falcons last week. Dolphins coming off the bye. They've been pretty good these past few games. I'm going to go with the Dolphins here in this one. I think that their offense can simply score more points. I think Achane can get things going in the running game. The Saints have really struggled in the running game this season. I have to go with the Dolphins here. I'm sorry, Saints. I just don't have much to say about you except you're not a good team. Moving on, we've got the Atlanta Falcons taking on the New York Jets. The Falcons, you won against the Saints. I don't think it's going to save your season, but you won against the Saints, and that's good. So you're sitting at 4-7. Again, your season's probably over. Michael Penix isn't coming back. Who knows if Drake London is going to play? As for the Jets, Tyrod Taylor played, and I guess you could say he looked better than Justin Fields, even though you still only scored 10 points. He threw for over 100 yards. You got that going for you, but both these teams are bad. I'm going to go with the Falcons. I don't feel good about it. I just think that they can, they're going to rely on Bijan Robinson a lot, and I think that he's going to get things going against this Jets defense. And so I'm going with the Falcons. I don't feel good about it. But I'll take the Falcons. I just trust their offensive playmakers a bit more, even if Drake London does not play. Moving on, we've got the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Arizona Cardinals, you've looked okay under Jacoby. You've looked okay. And you've been competitive in a lot of these games. You know, you're not a good team. You're not a good team, but you're staying competitive in these games. As for the Buccaneers, it was a rough loss against the Rams, man. Baker got banged up. Who knows if he's going to play? The offense has been inconsistent. Running game can't get anything going. You're hoping you can get Bucky Irving back. It's just bad. So, I really don't know. I'm going to go at the Cardinals if Baker does not play. If I I don't feel good about it though. If Baker does play, then I'm going to have to go with the Bucks, but if he doesn't play, I'm going with the Cardinals. That's as simple as I can put it. Moving on, we've got the LA Rams taking on the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, I'm not going to waste your team. I'm picking the Rams here. I didn't pick them last week. It was a mistake, obviously. They got their statement win. They are a legit force in the NFL right now. And they're taking on the Panthers. Bryce Young is inconsistent as heck. I want Bryce Young to do well, but he's got to step it up, man. Give me the Rams. Moving on, we've got the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Seattle Seahawks. JJ McCarthy hasn't looked great. He really hasn't. He's now in concussion protocol. Lots of people are saying it's a soft benching for him again. I think it is genuinely, there is genuinely something bothering him. I think athletes want to be out there playing. Plus, if you say that, then guess what? You're not really helping the kid's confidence. As for the Seahawks, you're still a really good team. You beat the Titans, even though it was closer than you maybe wanted. Even though the Titans kind of came back in that game, you never really lost control of that game. I'm going with the Seahawks here, regardless of who plays at quarterback for the Vikings, because the Vikings offense is so bleh. It's so bad. The offensive line's struggling. The Vikings can't get anything in the running game going because, for the most part, they're losing a lot of these games. I'm going to have to go with the Seahawks here. Moving on, we've got the Buffalo Bills taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Buffalo Bills, it's not looking good for you. If Josh Allen isn't going super mode, you really struggle, and that shows. You got Josh Allen getting sacked 8 times on Thursday night against the Texans. The run defense struggling. It's all bad for Buffalo right now. Kicker missing kicks. You just missed the one PAT, but that still hurt them in the long run because that was a 4-point game at the end of the day. But regardless, Buffalo doesn't look great right now. As for the Steelers, Tomlin expects Aaron Rodgers to play. We'll see if he does. I'm going to go with the Bills here regardless. The Steelers, there's no other way I can describe them other than they're the Steelers. They'll win some games that they shouldn't win. They'll lose games that they shouldn't lose. And then they'll get blown out in some games that they should get blown out in. This is a game that they should get blown out in. They haven't been blown out yet this year. I expect it to happen this week. Bills are going to win. Moving on, we've got the LA Raiders. I said LA Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders taking on the LA Chargers. The Raiders, you're not a good team. I'm going to keep this one short. I'm picking the Chargers here. The Raiders, you're not good. You lost to the Browns. Your defense is terrible. Your offense stinks. Genty is now hurt. Everything is bad. The sky is falling. Max Crosby is all you have right now. Him and Brock Bowers. It's all bad. As for the Chargers, you bounced back from getting blown out by the Jaguars by going on a bye week. So that was relaxing, I'm sure. You needed that. And who knows if Marion Hampton is going to play. I've heard that the Chargers are going to at least open up his practice window. We'll see what happens. I'm going to pick the Chargers, though, regardless. Sunday Night Football, we've got the Denver Broncos taking on the Washington Commanders. I'm going to pick the Broncos here. Their defense is stout, it's outstanding. And as for the Commanders, they're hurting. Who knows when Terry McLaurin's going to come back? Who knows when Jaden Daniels is going to come back? It's all bad. At this point, the Commander season is over. I'm sorry. You're a likable team, but you're not a good team. Last but not least, Monday Night Football, we've got the New York Giants taking on the New England Patriots. Why? just why? Give me the Patriots here in this one. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. We'll see if Jackson Dart plays. Regardless, I'm going with the Patriots. They're too good of a team right now. Best record in the league. Give me the Patriots. That's it for this one. I hope everyone has a spectacular Thanksgiving. Don't die.